Hey guys, what's up? My name is Labb and welcome back to another video. So, we have a lot to talk about today. So, Blfc is a small convention, big in this little fur con. It's a small convention in Reno, Nevada, and it's one of the first ones that was announced to reopen in, 2021. So, people were genuinely quite excited to go, and we've seen a lot of people on Twitter all last week kind of just counting down the days till Blfc. We've seen a lot of road trips, a lot of images of people flying, everything that could possibly be going right was going right, apparently. But, see, this little con in Reno doesn't exactly have a good reputation, and the reputation now has been completely fucking destroyed. So, at Blfc 2021, Twitter has been on fire with this. So, with cons finally returning, it's allowed the Americans to continue being specimens they are. So, someone decided to order Dominos and play a nice game. Now, what game do you think they play? Did they sit down, play a bit of GTA 5, play a bit of FIFA, play a little bit of Smash Bros, and have a good, wholesome Christian time? No, they played choked chicken, whacking the weeds, beating the kids, if you get my... That's the wrong script. But these individuals didn't decide to play any Christian games with the pizza, but decided that the pizza simply did not have enough toppings on their pizza. Decided to add a bit more spice and a lot more protein to the pizza. So an individual named Maned Wolf decided to throw a room party with friends and circle jerk over a pizza. And I'm not even joking here. Now, I'm not one to judge what happened in private as long as it's both consensual, but that didn't exactly end up fully being private. Plus, the pizza could not consent to this. It did not give full consent. So not only did they not only did this, but when 19 people were done using the pizza like a cum dumpster, that's weird. They dumped it in the hallway for others to find. Now that is beyond fucking disgusting, and this blew up on Twitter, causing a lot of responses. Now, as I have to reiterate, let me reiterate here. I don't care what happens or what people get up to in room parties, and if you're into it, go ahead as you wish, but leaving it in a public hallway for other residents and the fucking $8 an hour cleaner to clean up is fucking vile. That's a living biohazard because it's bodily fluid and can carry diseases, but that's honestly beyond vile. So the individual we spoke with decided to backtrack and say it was thrown away, but there are images of unknowing users showing it laying in hallways. So a few hours after the con, even some corporate shithousing got into it, which is actually quite mad. MFF tweeting out, we're hearing a lot of talk about pizza. Now, look, all we know about pizza is West Coast pizza, Chicago deep dish. Bro, yeah, they'll use that Chicago deep dish they'll go Chicago balls deep. Never mind that.
I'm glad I got me some donuts today. Caught the light on. Man, God is good.
But the worst part of this entire controversy is the fact that it covers up scumbags in our community that have attended the con and allows them to continue being these awful people. So if you don't know Lucky Coyote was an attendee at the con. This individual, if you didn't know, is an emotional abuser, animal abuser known for neglecting her dogs, and is a known zoophile. Blfc, knowing this, allowed her to be a fucking vendor and profit from this convention. See, this is beyond fucked up because I thought cons were getting more socially conscious as they go on. They then allow someone to actively gain from the conventions like this. Even Denver allowed a known groomer to hold a panel, and now a zoophile making money from Blfc. Like, what the actual fuck is going on? This is just a dark road that if we continue on with, it's gonna end up with people just not wanting to go to conventions, which a lot of people are already not wanting to go to conventions because of this next story. Now, another shocking story came out of Blfc was that an individual at the convention has been sexually assaulted and was unfortunately forced to leave the convention 2 days early because they feared for their own safety. I won't be linking the video down below because I will explain that in a minute, but I will link the original tweets and everything so you can go and read up on it. But this is happening more often than we believe, and I really, really hate the fact that this is happening. Now, I know a lot of people are also having mixed feelings on about the video on Twitter. Some people mentioning that it had very big vibes of slut shaming and stuff like that. Now, it's I haven't watched the video, but I'm not going to comment on it because, see, I purely care about the fact that I'm telling the story. For the fact that there are now, I'd reckon 1 to 4 victims per fucking con, and that's a ratio we need to pull down, please. The ratio is getting higher and higher of people being sexually assaulted per con. We've seen this a lot with Megaplex. Megaplex is a huge con that a lot of people ended up getting their time spoiled by allowing pedophiles to just roam the lobby and have someone literally be sexually assaulted and not do anything about it, which is absolutely fucking terrible. So people are having to fear for their safety, and the community need to sit down and have a proper talk about consent in con spaces. BLFC is the reason why we need AIDS testing facilities at cons, as well as clear consent guidelines being added to con rulebook, because fucking monsters like this are going around almost every con and ruining people's experiences and using them like this. So I am absolutely appalled, and I fully want BLFC to respond to all of this, but I know that they won't. It took us a full election campaign to get the dirty Southern con Megaplex to respond to anything. But BLFC, just a message: if you continue on this path and don't acknowledge and change, this will inevitably end up in the end of the con, because I don't believe that the hotel will want you there after what's happened. But this is kind of bad, because BLFC will now go down as one of the worst conventions in furry history after this, or one of the most known, I guess. That is, depending on how you look at the pizza, you could say it was the worst or the best. Just don't take a bite of it. Right, thank you very much. I've been Labb, and I will see you guys in the next video.